So keep watching to see how I use Cronometer to track my alkaline diet and also get a 10% discount in the description below for new Cronometer subscribers. So let's get started. So first of all, why use an alkaline diet app? Using an app to monitor your alkaline diet is great because if you're serious about staying balanced, having a nutrition tracker which tracks foods that are alkaline forming is key. So are you wondering how to know if a food is good for an alkaline diet? Here's a basic overview. The kidneys process foods after consumption. Foods are alkaline forming if they do not overburden the kidneys, and foods that are acid forming tend to overburden the kidneys. There's a simple calculation called PROL, which stands for potential renal acid load. This is used to determine which foods overburden the kidneys. Calculating PROL for foods is done by using a simple mathematical formulation, which I'll share in the description below. However, Cronometer in the Gold membership does calculate PROL for you, which is why I like to use it for my alkaline diet. Foods and meals with a negative score are alkaline forming, and foods and meals with a positive score are acid forming. So you can combine alkaline forming foods with acidic forming foods throughout the day to maintain an alkaline diet. The goal is for your overall day to have a negative alkalinity score. This means you don't have to eat only alkaline foods, just mostly. Many doctors who talk about alkaline dieting recommend aiming for 80% alkaline forming foods and 20% acidic forming foods each day. This can be a lot to keep track of, and without the help of an alkaline diet app, it can get very confusing. So, to determine the nutrition facts of certain foods and recipes, I like to use the Cronometer app. This app allows me to input specific foods from specific brands and gives nutrition facts in detail for each item. I can also input several foods to create a recipe and get the nutrition facts for the recipe. In the Gold membership, there is an option to calculate PROL automatically, which I'll share with you in this screen share. The Cronometer app is a game changer for alkaline dieting. So let's dive in. First, you'll see when you first log into Cronometer, the dashboard. What I like to do is I like to go to my diary. We're going to go back to yesterday's meal plan so that we can see a full day here. So as you can see, I've inputted everything that I ate for the day. Cronometer is great because it shares calorie tracking, protein, fat. It also gives me nutrition scores for my target goals for vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, which are all very important to track on an alkaline diet. Another thing I really like about the Cronometer app is it'll help me get some ideas for foods to eat if I notice that I'm low on certain nutrients. It also tracks micronutrients, which are vitamins and minerals. This is really important for tracking an alkaline diet because the PROL calculation uses the inputs for calcium, magnesium, and potassium as part of the calculation. So as you can see, yesterday I did consume an ample amount of the important minerals required for an alkaline diet, for example, potassium. And when I highlight over potassium, you can see which food gave me the source of potassium and a percentage for my daily recommended value that it contributed to. This is so helpful because if you're deficient in certain nutrients, like for example, I did not consume enough iodine, which actually Cronometer doesn't totally track iodine, so this is okay. But as you can see, if I am low in a nutrient, I can just look at which foods actually provided me the nutrient, and I can go back and maybe add a little bit more into my diet for the day. Now, let's get to the good part. So when you have the Gold membership of Cronometer, it tracks your PROL alkalinity. So that's this score right here in the bottom right-hand corner. It's called alkalinity. So my total for the day was super alkaline. I had a -77 score on the alkalinity score, which is probably even more alkaline than is even necessary, but I did consume a healthy plant-based diet. So as you can see, this right here is key for understanding if the meals, foods, and recipes that you're consuming on a daily basis are actually alkaline forming. And this is why I like to use the Cronometer app. Additionally, it's just really helpful to track and keep a log of all the foods I've been eating. If I were to need to share this with my doctor, I could simply print out my food diary so then I can easily share it with my physician. So Cronometer is my favorite app for tracking an alkaline diet, which I've shared with you today. So check out the description below where I share a link for 10% off for new Cronometer subscribers. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you subscribe and check out my other alkaline diet videos that I share, and I'll see you in the next one.